Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Can't wait for this match, Michelle.
What could we anticipate from this singles matchup?
Well, I always like to look at pickleball.com and see the historical results from these two players, the head-to-head. So it looks like Lea and Brooke have played 3 times. Lea came out on top twice, and the most recent one, Brooke Buckner, took in 3 games. I might expect 3 games in this one as well. Brooke's been playing so well this year.
Yeah, you mentioned that right before we came on the air here that this is her year. She's excelled so much. She's improving. And, yeah, she's looking great out there. I feel like she is the best ball striker in the women's singles bracket. So let's see if she could pull this one through against a formidable Lea Jansen.
You know, it's been so cool. Brooke took a very short maternity leave from the tour, and then she came back, and she's been pushing around her young baby with a stroller in between matches. And a lot of the pro players have actually stepped up and do some babysitting, while Brooke has made these very deep runs on the PPA tour. So just an incredible athlete.
And as you mentioned in our mixed doubles matchup, it is gusty out here.
Yeah.
It is windy, so that might play into the match just a little. The players have great control over this ball, but sometimes just one little mile per hour on that gust could really push this wiffle ball around. Slice. I like that option from Lea Jansen, slicing the return and coming in off of a slice. And it was a loopy one. It wasn't like a kniving one. It was just nice and loopy, giving her the time to come in and take control over the net.
Well played. Yes, she was in control of that point completely. We'll see how aggressive she looks to stay at the kitchen line. She got what she wanted, just missed it. Michelle, as a professional player yourself, how challenging is it to kind of dial in with the wind? Are some players better than others?
Let me tell you, in singles, it is very tough against the wind because you're trying to drive the ball, you're trying to control the point and be aggressive, but when you have miles per hour against you, it's tough to control the point. And Brooke Buckner is the one against the wind here on grandstand court, and she's doing a really good job at staying patient and waiting for the right opportunities with the gusts of wind.
So there's a definite side advantage at times when the wind is gusting in your face.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Atlanta Slam, and welcome to
Lea Jansen with a few 3-setters in Atlanta Slam, defeating Liz Trulock 11-1 in the third, Caitlin Christian 11-8 in the third. She was able to go all the way to the semifinals and falling to Paris Todd, who will now be playing against Annalie Waters on championship court. So get your dual devices out, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you need multiple screens to watch pickleball all day long. You don't want to miss anything, especially the Grand Slams. We've got Anna Lee in Paris warming up right next to us, about to take the court. Tune into Pickleball TV all day long. We'll be live on Grandstand YouTube for our bronze medal match. Lea with the early lead here. And we're going to take a look at the wind screen behind Brooke, I think.
As I mentioned, the wind is crazy right now. Matt Mayfield in charge of operations, so he's going to take a look at that windscreen behind Brooke Buckner. Big serve from Brooke Buckner. And great pressure applied as she follows that shot in. The cross-court pass from Lea Jansen. Notice how she gets to the ball very early, and she's able to decide where she wants to go according to what she sees on the other side of the net. Where is Brooke, and how can Lea get behind her? How could she, you know, find the right spot? And it's because she gets there so early and has great anticipation. And as you can see behind Brooke Buckner, the wind is blowing that wind screen, and they want to tie that down. So we're a little problematic, but we're going to go ahead and start things back in this bronze medal match. Lea Jansen to serve. Great gets from Brooke Buckner. Lea Jansen putting tremendous pressure on her. What a grab from Lea Jansen below the net. Full control over that backhand cross court. Tremendous shot from Brooke Buckner down the line. Couple loose errors from Brooke Buckner here in game one, Matt.
Yeah, just deep breath, refocus.
And it's been on that backhand side too. It feels like she's one step short away from really executing that shot.
Miss hit there. Lea just doing a good job of moving Brooke around, working the sidelines. You don't want to give your opponents anything middle easy in singles.
Yeah, Lea Jansen really targeting the backhand of Brooke Buckner here. And there's a great shot from Brooke Buckner.
Michelle, can I ask you on these drives when these gals are driving from the back line, are they going like 90%? Are they 80%? Do you mix it up, or you just depends where you're spotting it?
Great question, Matt. When a player comes up to the net, I take a lot of pace off if I go cross court with a shot because I want to get my opponent outside of the court. I like to roll it, like a third shot drop. But if I'm passing, then definitely there's a lot more velocity on it. But I never go harder than 80% because if that's the case, then you just start to lose control over the shot. So if you go for too much power, that's when you start making a lot of errors. And you have to keep in mind that accuracy is just so much more important than power.
Super interesting. Yeah, love that insight, Michelle.
And we have a timeout, Lea Jansen. And who do you think is going to take this match? Message me, direct message me on Instagram at Pickleball with Michelle. Matt, I really like interacting with all the listeners at home, and whoever gets the, best guess at who takes it and what score it will be, I'll make sure I give them a shout out live here on Grandstand Court. And I might also send over a little prize brought to you by Gearbox. So you guys, we appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us all week long, but especially on Championship Sunday, where we have some amazing matches on pickleballtv.com and here on YouTube. Back in the action, Brooke Buckner.
I love that, though, Michelle. I think that's so fun. Definitely reach out to us if we're ever commentating. We love interacting with our fans. I'm always looking for more people to just talk pickleball with. The pro pickleball industry has been so small for a long time. So as more people start to become fanatics of our league and our sport, just love to meet you guys and talk about your thoughts.
Lea Jansen really creating errors and opportunities on the backhand side of Brooke Buckner.
Yeah, mixing it up, keeping Brooke on the run. It's 8-7.
Dialed in, though. It's not over on that backhand side of Brooke Buckner. Beautiful, tremendous passing shot down the line. And notice now Brooke Buckner is trying to go inside out on that left side of the court. And that's where she could really, get nasty on that side.
I want to talk about a hot topic right now in pickleball. That's kind of line calls. So how much harder is it to call the lines in singles? You're out there by yourself. There's more pace because a lot of drives are coming in and players are going for the lines. Just more controversy probably in singles.
A little off balance from Brooke Buckner. Great question, Matt. I feel like it's actually easier to call lines in singles because you're at the baseline a little bit more, and it's always tougher to call balls that are behind you because the ball's coming, it's when you get past, it's tough to keep the eye on the ball as it's going behind you. But in singles, you have a little bit more of a look, right? Especially these girls here at the baseline right now. You could see every ball that's in front of you and off to the sideline, so you have a better eye. But yeah, line calls have been very controversial, and I still can't believe that these players have to call line calls for themselves. That has to change in our sport.
But we're very lucky to have at this tournament a debut of close call replay. So we'll have that on grandstand and championship court, as you've probably seen throughout this week.
Yes.
So we'll get the best view possible on these line calls. We saw a couple huge difference-making ones yesterday.
Yes.
A couple match points that we had close call overturned. So
Big serve from Lea Jansen. Yeah, close call replay brought to you by Kyle Selinko and Eddie from Eddie and Webby. Boxcar Productions. They have been in the game streaming, providing so much service to the sport and professional pickleballs since, what, 2015, 2016?
yeah, real trailblazers. Love those guys. Thanks for all they do for our sport. Help.
A quick timeout break there, and Brooke Buckner to serve.
Huge serve.
Yes. Lea Jansen just on it. She's just on it. Just out there.
Brooke being really aggressive on return.
What I love about Brooke Buckner's game is how well she's able to contact the ball with so much power and control.
Yeah, I think she's going more than 80% on her drives. But she's also getting a lot of grit on that Yola paddle, so maybe that just allows her to unleash her power a little bit more because she has more control with the grit. And that error just forced by a very deep return from Brooke, so look for her to continue to try and spot those returns on the back line. Running around her backhand.
Nice slice incorporated into the point.
Well played. Yeah, she doesn't incorporate that slice a lot, but I like that she's mixing it in. You can't be predictable.
Exactly.
And if you're just ripping every two-handed backhand, I mean, players are going to figure you out.
Off the net, coming in. Drop volley. But Lea Jansen is just there to respond.
Lea's probably a little bit stronger than Brooke at the net on points like that. So look for Brooke to not try and stay in those rallies like that. You know, historically, Michelle, getting a bronze medal was just a huge deal. You wanted to be on the podium.
Right.
We used to always take podium photos. You know, you used to see Ben and Anna Lee on the PPA Tour podium. Well, all these pros, right? We do first, second, and third for the pros, just like we do the amateurs, which is really, really cool. We don't do as many of those. But now, yes, you get a bronze medal, but you get extra PPA Tour ranking points, especially at a Grand Slam. This is an important match.
I love that you mentioned that, Matt. The points are cumulative throughout the year, and the players that have the highest points are invited to the end of the year tournament in San Clemente.
Just out, and both these players are looking good to make the finals in the top 8. Two of the best women's pro singles players in our sport. This would be Brooke's only event. She's still fighting to get there in doubles, but definitely cannot wait for the finals. We'll start hyping it up as more players clinch their 7-up. She's still way out of position. She's done, so just missed that one wide, but I like the shot selection.
Oh, skid her off the line. Lea Jansen a little frustrated over that. And if you have your dual device action out, you'll see spoiler alert, everyone. Annalie Waters taking the gold for women's singles. We've watched these players compete throughout not only this year, but the last few years, Matt, and we've noticed Brooke Buckner not playing her highest potential right now. Lea Jansen looking consistent, as she normally does, but what a shot there. Prove me wrong, Brooke Buckner.
That's Brooke right there, yeah.
Prove me wrong. But we've seen her with higher energy, more intensity, especially in her footwork.
Yeah, and her form, technique. Beautiful rally from Brooke there. A lot of these airs that you're seeing, it's like back foot or they're just off balance. So sometimes it's about your form.
Some tough conditions again. When it is gusty, the ball just kind of skids or gets away from you at the very last second. Both players trying to figure out a way to work with adversity. It's not over for Brooke Buckner. She is firing up here.
That's so good, and probably the difference between like a top-tier player and a lower-tier player is Brooke knew that ball before she put away that one was a really good one, so she takes the net. And just her anticipation to get to the line and crash and finish that point off separates a lot of the top players. Like that. She's getting to the line. She knew it was a great shot.
She has definitely turned it on here in game number 2 and Lea's bronze medal match game 2, Brooke Buckner. I love that drop volley. Brooke Buckner hanging at that kitchen line, staying aggressive, staying in the point, Matt.
Lea is so expressive after some points. Great rally, though. Probably the best one of the match. Perfect spot. Michelle, can we talk about something real quick? So we see a lot of players starting to get coaches and mental coaches, things like that. Sometimes you have no one in your corner. So these players are just kind of out here. There's no one on their bench. How important is it to just hype yourself up and keep your own energy going?
Great serve there, ahead by 5, Brooke Buckner. That's a great question, Matt. How does it feel being alone out there? It is a roller coaster. There's highs and there's lows, and there's twists and turns, and it's up to you to figure out how to get through the roller coaster. Ball stays in. Ball stays in, and it gets away from Brooke Buckner off of the bounce. What a way to get a side out for Lea Jansen. But yes, it's definitely emotional, especially because you're fighting so hard. You feel like you're all alone out there. Lea Jansen fighting 1 point at a time here in game number 2. She took game 1 pretty handedly, and now she's working one side out at a time, 1 point at a time. Great lead from Lea Jansen as she recognizes that ball is coming up high.
Guaranteed pickleball play every week. No hassle, no paddle stacking lines, no worries. Join a pickleball league today and up your game with competitive, consistent, well-matched play. Connect with your local leagues, check live rankings on your phone, and play with ease. Whether you're there to socialize with your community, network across the net, or have fun playing your favorite sport, leagues are a stress-free way to enjoy your play. Find your closest league at pickleball.com and click Leagues today to get started.
And sometimes you'll see the momentum kind of goes back and forth
Yes.
and back and forth, and it's a couple points here, a couple points there. But I think that speaks to the skill level of these players, that they very rarely have a game where they just are off. They can refocus and stay mentally composed and turn that momentum back to their side. So it just shows how high level these players are.
Oh, that
And
ball sails just long.
But she's got to stay aggressive. That's a really good opportunity to pass. Just overhit it just a touch. Brooke incorporated a drop in that rally. She was kind of in trouble. Lea was controlling the net. But Brooke dropped her the ball. That's that variance there, just mixing it up, not just driving everything at your opponent, and forcing an error from Lea. So she has the ball back at 9-8.
Oh, a tough miss there on the side out. Lea Jansen, let's see what she does with this opportunity.
And Lea's unhappy with her own form there. She's yelling that she's pulling her shoulders out of it, so she's not maybe hitting it squarely enough.
Oh, this time with a let. Remember, Brooke Buckner missed her serve on the previous side out. See if she could gain it here. And it's missed.
Yeah.
The second serve in a row missed at 9-8. Both players must be really feeling it here, Matt. Great return. And you could see both players having a mental battle within themselves, not even against each other, but within themselves. We talked about being lonely out there and having a roller coaster ride, and we're going through it with them. Lea Jansen.
Yeah, the positive self-talk.
Yes.
These players are trying to fire themselves up. Beautiful. We might see a third game here.
Yeah, I want to see some confidence here from Brooke Buckner. Oh, and Lea misses just wide. Brooke Buckner with a game point opportunity here. The lob. Oh, and it's missed. It is missed for game point. Lea Jansen again taking a chance on the side out.
We've been doing this video, it's super fun. This is what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be seated, sitting down. I'm gonna have Jordan. Everybody say, hey, Jordan. Jordan.
All right, not sure what Lea's talking to the ref about, but Brooke's just got to forget about that one.
A little stop in momentum.
Atlanta has the best pickleball fans. Is that true? Jordan, I don't think we need to do this video because that didn't sound true. Is it true?
Wow, a cross-court angle. Beautiful volley from Lea Jansen, as now she's down by 1, saving 2 game points already. Lea coming to the net, and this time is it off. Oh, and a miss serve from Lea Jansen, and we saw a couple of those from Brooke Buckner in game 2. You guys, get your dual device action out, because on Grandstand Court we have our men's doubles coming up. And you could go to CBS to watch live. Can you believe that? Pickleball on national television. Make sure to follow on CBS Sports for some men's doubles action, but don't go away here with our third game in the bronze medal match. Dual device action, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Some great shots from Lea Jansen, applying pressure on Brooke Buckner. Championship Court returning to Pickleball TV at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but until then, make sure you tune in to CBS Sports. Woo! A backhand forehand cross-court angle from Lea Jansen.
That is how you set it up right there.
The energy is so good here at Lifetime Facility in Peachtree Corners. Brooke Buckner responds with a gorgeous cross-court roll.
Yeah, Lea didn't do enough with that ball before that, and kind of brought Brooke into the middle of the court. It was very soft, and Brooke brings a lot of pace with that ball, so forces Lea to make the error. 1-1. 1-2, I think. Yep. Now, I don't know if you can see on the video, but Brooke is really rolling that forehand. So it's very wristy.
She applying a lot of topspin there,
She
Matt,
was applying a lot of topspin.
which puts a lot more velocity on the ball with control. I love that look from Brooke Buckner
Yeah.
approaching the net, seeing Lea Jansen going over to the forehand side and going behind her on contact. So smart. Some battling here. Isn't it interesting how on some points you really have to work for them, and then all of a sudden you get an easy point and off of a serve, and that's what you're looking for as a singles player, is a variety and moments, and when to go big on your serve, when to be aggressive, when to grind out a point. And Lea Jansen with her second missed serve of this game. We saw Brooke Buckner on the same side as Lea Jansen, on the near side, on the left side, also missing a couple in game two. All right, a big serve there from Lea Jansen. And Brooke Buckner is going to call a timeout after it goes between Johnson and Frazier against Newman and Alshon. That's going to be fiery, but we're back in the action here. Game number 3, ahead by 3, Lea Jansen. And how aggravating is it, Matt, not being able to catch a point even after your timeout and the end change?
Just hit that one off her back foot there. Missed it short. We see that so often with some of these drives that go into the net. It's just a bit off balance.
She is able to regroup for the side out. Brooke Buckner fighting, getting mentally in it.
And Brooke's actually striking that one as she's moving forward. It's a very difficult shot, but that's how she's getting to the net and taking control of the point. Three, 7.
Miss hit. It stays in. Lea Jansen stays alive in the point, and because of the hustle, she earns the side out. Lea Jansen calls the ball out, and she will be overturned.
Yeah. Wow. Brooke got a really nice forehand opportunity. She cranked that one. I think it hit the line. Our head referee or second referee,
Yes.
Fitz, overturned it. So great ball from Brooke there. She gets a side out, 3-7. Running around her backhand there.
Yes.
I like it, but I also don't like it.
I like it, but you have to keep in mind when you hit that shot, you're pulling yourself out of position. But sometimes players like being pulled out wide so that they bait that their forehand or their stronger side is open, Matt.
100%, Michelle. Great point. Brooke would be ready to crash if the next one comes to her forehand.
Ball stays in, and that one from Brooke Buckner sails wide.
Pretty aggressive there. I might drop that one cross court since she was so far out of position, and she missed it wide.
I've noticed in women's singles, the ladies don't like to necessarily drop shots. They usually like to go for their passing shots, but I agree with you there, Matt.
Tough shot. Yeah.
Oh, another missed serve from Lea Jansen, sailing way long that time. Back-to-back missed serves, this time off the paddle of Brooke Buckner.
You know, if I was Brooke's coach right now, I would tell her, keep doing that, Brooke. I know you've missed a serve or here and there, but please continue to be aggressive. So she's doing the right thing.
Off the net, and Lea Jansen unable to get that trickler. I love your point there, Matt. Brooke Buckner staying aggressive because points are not set up off of the third or getting up to the net. Points are set up off of the serve and singles.
Serve and return.
So you have to be aggressive right from the get-go.
And Lea looked like she was in trouble there with her short return. Brooke took the net, but the net cord flipped it back toward Lea's advantage, and it lands in 8-3.
Just wide for another point. Lea Jansen itching closer to that 11.
And one more time, it looks like men's doubles getting ready to start. It's going to be an incredible match. We're exclusively live on CBS Sports right now, so you'll definitely need 2 TV screens to follow all the incredible pickleball action today from the CIBC Atlanta Slam.
We're live on CBS Sports. Championship Sunday men's doubles. Right here, right now.
Great pressure from Brooke Buckner up at the kitchen line there.
Now let's get loud and get proud for the lethal duo of McGuffin and Martinez-Vick. Let's go, fans. Let's play some pickleball here on
Oh, the
That
ball
was
yeah,
definitely out.
It was out. A little celebrated too soon from Lea Jansen.
At least a foot out. And we've seen Brooke be so good at hitting it on the run. Just missed that one. She was trying to get to the line, cranks that forehand long. So much pressure being applied there. That's the key.
0-1-1. Point.
As mentioned before, it's been gusty here on Grandstand Court on Championship Sunday. Finally, we are outdoors, and I feel like these gusts have been taking a toll on the players, pushing them back. This time, Lea Jansen finding a response for a side out. She has been scoreless the last 3 side outs. Can she find something here to get her closer to the bronze medal?
Point. Good. 3-1-1.
And
It
it's
is
that
really
backhand-
tough,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's that backhand corner. Brooke Buckner
Yep.
has not gone to the forehand of Lea Jansen, and she is going to continue to do that as it's been working for her on the return possession. Offensive timeout. Let's see what she could do. And that worked. That worked for a bronze medal point here, Matt.
Ooh. It was totally set up by a great serve from Lea Jansen. This would be her 6th medal on the year on the PPA Tour.
Brooke Buckner saves a bronze medal point.
Point.
Okay, 1 point at a time for Brooke Buckner. She is not giving up here.
One. Second serve.
Lea Jansen.
Another opportunity here.
1-2. Point.
Beautiful return from Brooke Buckner. And that does it. Lea Jansen finding her backhand down the line for the bronze medal. Lea Jansen is taking the bronze medal home.
Oh, a great match there. Congratulations to Lea Jansen on the bronze medal, making the podium here at the Atlanta Slam, and maybe more importantly, getting those PPA Tour ranking points.